welcome to another episode of Hashtag Shout, the weekly debate / discussion show where we talk about what's in the news and the things that we like to, things we just like to talk about, really. It's a geek show this week, so, this is going to be one of the more relaxed episodes we like to think. We do have a special question sent in specifically for the geek, but before we get into all that, let's start where we should always start, with the introductions. I'm, of course, Steve Jones C13, editor and producer of the show, co-founder. Thanks for tuning in. And with us this week, of course, is the founder of the show, executive producer. He is...
Suit up Sith. I'm the Pirate Pimp. I am the DFTBA champion. No local one.
No such thing.
He's the little... And he is the maniacal Mark, patron saint of the socially awkward, dictator of DC, master of Marvel, and the Wandering Angel Productions quiz champion, and the hashtag Total Markout champion,
and the best in the world.
1 second, I'm just updating the show Facebook page.
The Geek King. How you doing, Geek?
I'm good.
As it's your show this week, so you're going to be directing traffic, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't matter who's in charge, we always start with the same gig, and that is...
Twitter!
It was Adam's update. Whilst Low Quad updates Facebook for us, I've got a tweet I'd like to share from April...
Tumblr.
Sorry, a tweet... Yeah, I'm going to close this page. It's from April Von Lon, who tweeted, "Damn it, I forgot to buy Tomb Raider. I got distracted by underwear."
Okay, I bring you a selection of fine tweets. They are all from the last week, and as such are a good making quality.
Which would make them good for tweets of this week.
Yeah, the first comes from @AdviceMallard.
Damn it.
You can heal paper cuts and immediately stop the pain with a chapstick.
Indeed, I knew that.
Chapstick or chopstick?
Chapstick.
Now, this...
Biggie.
I'd just like to point out, by the way, that April Von Lon, she spent $200 on underwear, according to her Twitter.
Cool.
Now, these next two are very important to me.
Biggie.
Next tweet?
I'm sorry there is no Big E this week.
Damn it!
If you find a Big E, feel free to bring it on. Now,
You trust me, mate.
now here's the thing, right? These two are very important because one's a conversation I had, the other one's something about me. This one is the tweet I posted on Twitter. There is a certain joy in watching a terrible dungeoneer die in Nightmare, especially when they die in the most creative way. Traeger tweeted me back, saying, "I agree, but the cleaning bills are high afterwards." You have no idea how awesome that is for me.
So your two...
I have two...
So your two tweets of the week, one of them from you.
There's another one. Now, one of my friends on Twitter, their father asked to understand what I looked like. Where Dad wanted to know what my best friend looks like, so I showed him a picture of Admiral Walker 1. His response was, "That's a very good-looking Sith Lord."
Once again, about you!
Geek?
Yep.
Geek, I got you
I
covered.
think you've misunderstood the concept of tweets of the week.
Geek?
They are tweets that
Geek.
I found interesting and entertaining this week.
Geek, I got your back. Two from Biggie Langston here.
Yes!
First one, for a limited time, I'll tweet whatever you desire for the right price. Transactions will be done in person. Not sure yet if I'm joking. Another one, I don't play April Fool's pranks because I'm an adult. Instead, on this day, I recognise Edible Book Day. It's a thing.
Oh, man. I'd just like to update you on our town's social standing. Last update, 315 less victims of crime, 781 less victims of antisocial behaviour across Stanley when comparing March in 2012 to March 2013. As a town, we have done pretty well for ourselves.
Another one from Biggie Langston. Someone asked him, "How many implants do you have?" And he went, 3. You never guess where the third is. So there you go.
Those were this week's tweets of the week.
Indeed.
Of the week.
So, Geek King, you are in charge this week.
I am.
So, before we continue with your glorious reign over this week's episode, I'll share some news items so I can get them out the way. And we're starting off with a bit of, what I'd like to call a kick in the crotch kind of news here. Because North Korea warns of a nuclear attack. Oh, those North Koreans with their silly... Wait, what? Yeah, North Korea has warned that its military, stop that, has been cleared to wage an attack on the United States using smaller, lighter, and diversified nuclear weapons. The Pentagon, meanwhile, said they will deploy a missile defense system to the US Pacific territory of Guam to strengthen the region's protections against a possible attack. The warning from an unnamed Army spokesperson carried by Pyongyang's state-run news agency was the latest in a series of escalating threats of North Korea, which has railed for weeks against joint US and South Korean military exercises taking place in South Korea and has expressed anger over tightening sanctions for a February nuclear test.
It's just so pissy that everyone's being with your mom.
Yeah. Well, this is Kim Jong-il's son, isn't it?
Yes. Kim Ponyo.
Yeah. Which...
Ping Pong.
Is it just me, or did he just go, I want to blow things up? You know, is that just what it is?
He wants to be seen as a hero to his people. That's the reason he's given.
Fucking buy it.
As Jon Stewart said,
Yeah.
You control what your people see. Yeah. Just go on TV and say you did it.
Just fucking buy an Xbox, a fucking wireless guitar, and nail through fire and flames on Expert, and then you'll be a fucking
Play
hero.
Call of Duty!
That might not be the best thing I do for North Koreans.
If you really want to blow something up, play...
Do you really want to hurt me?
Do you really want to hurt the sky? Sorry. Now,
a bit more than the sky is going to be hurt.
No, if you really want to
Sky
blow...
will give two
If
shits,
they
you know?
really want to blow something up, get Minecraft, go on adventure mode, get TNT, do what I do, make an effigy of the person I hate, and blow it the fuck up!
It's a lot of anger and like time towards someone that you hate.
Yes.
Making an effigy to them and then blowing it up.
Yeah.
She said no, move on.
No, it's not shit. I can't blow up a shit, that'd just be mean.
That's what's mean.
Yeah.
The genitalia of someone that you hate is the fact of what changes it from mean to just I'm gonna blow this one up.
However, in other news, totally not provoking the North Koreans at all, notorious hacking group Anonymous has targeted paedophiles, corrupt governments and financial institutions. However, its latest targets may be its most audacious yet. The group says that it has begun a new initiative called Operation Free Korea and is demanding controversial leader Kim Jong-un resign and install free democracy in the Asian country.
You're a fucking shitty hacker.
Hackers.
I don't give a fuck.
Worldwide collective.
Other demands
Once
include...
again, don't give a fuck.
Other demands include having North Korea abandon its nuclear ambitions and for the government to give universal and uncensored internet access to its citizens. Anonymous hackers claim to have access to the country's local intranets, mail servers, and web servers and are threatening to wage war if they feel their demands are not met. We have got over 15,000 membership records of yuraminazakuri.com and many more, the group wrote. First, we're going to wipe your data, then we're going to wipe your badass dictatorship government. Spoken like John McClane.
Now, yes.
Hang on. Anonymous threats towards North Korea come amid increased tensions of the Korean Peninsula with South Korea and the United States. The group explicitly stated that this does not support the US and is instead a fighter for freedom.
Well, here's
You're a bunch of cunts.
One must have to ask. It's this question of whether you support Anonymous or not. Like, I know people who only agree with them in terms. So I agree with them. I support them because I think that they're all right as a general concept. I don't necessarily agree with everything they do. I think sometimes they can get quite ugly.
I agree with some of the things they have done. I just don't agree with their methods. But again, I disagree with war, but I don't hate the soldier.
Yeah.
So
It's very difficult to hate a soldier.
And by the way,
really
I'm
is.
not going to fucking start calling bullshit out on Anonymous.
Yeah. Do you know why? We're an internet show.
Yes, I'm quite happy to have my internet show with my internet, it's fantastic. Somebody on Ask recently said it was, how famous do you think you are on Ask? Well, on a scale of 1 to not known and 10 to super famous, I get questions all the time. 1. Anyway, but I'm happy to increase that. I like to be a bit well known. I like to have my own website. The last thing I need is a bunch of people with more smarticles than I to come and take my shit down and replace it with pictures of fucking cows wearing bras or something.
Actually, they always replace it with one of the similar messages, which is basically, we are anonymous, we are legion, we do not forgive, we do not accept.
They've already gotten me once.
Have they?
Yes, on my DeviantArt account.
Nice.
No, not nice. I hadn't done anything wrong.
Why did they get you then?
Because I was using the layout that was made by somebody else who they hacked. So I was like, thanks, you dickheads.
Okay.
But that's like, I happen to support them. That's what I think about this show, though. We all have different political views, and we all still don't kill each other for it.
My major political view is North Korea needs to be stopped, preferably with a single bullet.
My view?
Yeah.
North Korea needs to be stopped, and a bunch of fucking arseholes on the computer isn't going to do it.
It's going to make the situation worse. I mean,
And yes, I don't agree with them. I don't see the point in that they waste their time doing this stuff.
well, moving on to more unusual news. A police force has begun recording offences against members of alternative subcultures as hate crimes. Greater Manchester Police is believed to be the first force to add abuse towards groups such as goths, emos, and punks in the same way they do attacks based on race, religion, disability, sexual orientation, and transgender identity.
Now, before you start with here's the thing,
Yeah.
I would like to say something first.
Go ahead, it's your show.
I am okay with this.
Yeah.
Because it's the thing of, it's bullying is bullying and race, and it's a hate crime no matter what you call it or whatever. Just because they're goths and they're emos, and emos do more damage to themselves. Punks didn't expect punks.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I'm not against this. I agree with this. It's just the thing is, the first time I heard this story was on a local radio station that may or may not. I might get in trouble for saying the name. I don't know.
Real?
Maybe. You never know.
Was it a real radio station?
It might have been vaguely imaginary. You never know. It might have been Narnia. But we're gonna get sued by Aslan. And again, right? But here's what I heard.
So basically, we're not going to mention the name of it, but it is a real radio station.
It is a real radio station.
It is a real one.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And
I heard it on Radio 1.
But I heard what I heard on the radio was the person on the radio saying Manchester police force are cracking down on hate crimes from goths and emos, and I went, because they said it as if like emos were the ones committing. I was going, emos can't commit hate crimes unless it's against themselves. Like if you find a hoodie an emo in the street with a knife, chances are he's ending their own life before anyone else's. Yeah. If you see a goth, chances are they're trying to cast a spell on you.
What I'm surprised is this is the first place that's doing this is Manchester.
Yeah, Mancunians are doing things right.
But however, the police, whilst maybe doing some good things in Manchester, they've been a very naughty boy in other places.
Rodney King.
A police force is defending its actions after coming under fire for shooting dead, in quote, an aggressive Belgian blue cow in a primary school car park. Lincolnshire police said the cow posed a serious risk to the safety of residents.
Was it milking itself?
After it became increasingly distressed and aggressive while on the run in Grantham on Monday. Officers followed the cow, which had escaped from its field.
What? They were undercover.
Oh!
Oh, this is just utterly disrespectful.
No!
As it turns out, the bullet didn't actually. The first bullet didn't hit him properly. No, it just grazed it.
Oh!
Pay me up, Johnny!
Officers followed the cow, which had escaped from its field, and
it moved.
And it was seen to jump.
It had to move like Jagger.
And it was seen to jump fences and run towards them. And members of the public during the incident.
Did it jump over the moon at one point?
Police marksmen decided the animal posed a serious risk to the members of the public and took the decision to shoot it after consulting with the RSPCA and its owner. Pupils and staff at Belton Lane Community Primary School had already been evacuated when the car was shot.
You've got to imagine that just, old MacDonald had a farm.
On the farm,
but the forces
actions bang bang there.
Old MacDonald was then questioned by sergeants and constables.
But the forces action had been labelled heavy-handed by some members of the public.
Oh.
A Facebook page dedicated to the cow has attracted more than 2,500 likes, with many supporters critical of how the force dealt with the incident. James Newell wrote, "Terrible! Surely they could have used a tranquilizer. I understand the risk to people's lives, but there must have been another option."
How many of these buggers were from Peter?
Lincolnshire police issued a further...
What's the best? The reason was that they just wanted to make sure they actually had steak that night, not horse.
Lincolnshire police issued a further statement in response to the significant public interest and to address the concerns raised by some members of the public. In the statement, Lincolnshire police said, "The animal's presence in a residential area posed a serious risk to safety. A significant amount of resources were committed to containing the animal. The intention was to safely remove the animal from the area without destroying it at all, if possible."
Yeah, so we're going to safely remove it without destroying it. Hey, why did we pop this mother?
After more than After more than 2 hours of working towards this aim, it became apparent that this is not achievable.
Just work towards one aim.
Several options, including sedation, was considered. The RSPCA and the owner of the animal were consulted. As more members of the public turned up to watch the incident, prompted by online commentary in the situation, the animal became increasingly distressed.
My God, the cow's moving! The cow's moving! My God!
Maybe the cow just wanted to learn how to buy 5 bales of hay.
As more members of the community turned up to watch the incident, prompted by online commentary of the situation, the animal became increasingly distressed, and there were fears that it would jump further fences and re-enter a residential area.
Whoa! Don't have a cow, man.
Sorry, I like the idea that it says by online commentary. As if it was on its Facebook, just going, F the haters, man.
Before said reporter, some shots had missed the animal were incorrect. Oh, good.
Oh, yeah, Stephen, this isn't actually news. No, the cow made it onto the hooves.
Oh. It confirmed 4 shots had been fired and all had hit their target. Although on the plus side, all the children got a wallet.
And then next week... And next week we'll be on Whose Lives Is Anyway.
Oh! From cows?
Oh, yeah, it's not a grey situation. It's quite black and white.
Could have been brown.
Well...
Anyway,
racist.
From cows to monkeys.
Yay!
Mr. Bieber!
Justin Bieber!
I've been expecting you.
Justin Bieber had to leave his pet monkey in quarantine after arriving in Germany last week without the necessary papers for the... Sorry.
Oh, no! Justin Bieber got inconvenienced. Sorry. Oh, my heart don't bleed!
Chill. What I love is...
Don't have a cow, man.
What I love about this is that he had to have his monkey for quarantine because he didn't have the proper papers in Germany. Where are your papers?
Yeah. Where's your papers? Where's your monkey?
The 19-year-old...
And then the animal too. Yeah. We see your security guards.
I like the fact in Germany you need a license to spank your monkey. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we take that very seriously.
The 19-year-old Canadian arrived at Munich airport last Thursday. Customs spokesperson Thomas Meister said that when the singer went through customs, he did not have the documentation necessary to bring the capuchin monkey into
Hang on. So basically, what we're saying is, right, this guy has done drugs in the past, has a very devoted fan base, believes that sexual offences are sometimes okay, and now owns a monkey. Well, hello, Michael Jackson. How are you doing, sir?
Michael Jackson, though, never said that rape is okay.
And never had drugs.
Elvis never did no drugs.
Bieber performed in Munich on Thursday night on the latest leg of his European tour.
I'm the king of pop, you're the king of jelly roll.
He is playing several concerts in Germany and Austria over the next week, thankfully not in Britain. Bieber had tried to stay in London recently, first being booed by fans when he arrived late at a concert, then struggling with his breathing and fainting backstage at the show.
Oh, do you know what? He's such a little prissy boy.
Do you know here's the thing?
Yeah.
He hasn't picked that monkey up yet. He's gone back to fucking America.
Yeah.
He hasn't got a monkey.
That monkey deserves a better human counterpart. I will take this monkey in, and he will be the shout monkey.
We'll just go
anyway, from a musical abomination to a musical genius.
Musical?
Well, yeah, he's related to the music industry.
Let him have it. We've heard your Bieber thoughts before.
Anyway,
halfway through them,
a musical genius.
Then halfway through them, you left.
A new portrait of guitar legend Jimi Hendrix, made from 4,000 Fender plectrums, will go on public display for the first time on Tuesday. Now, instead of reading the news article, let me just show you it, and I'll put it on the screen for the fans as well.
Whoa!
That is awesome. And I've got bubble wrap as
well. Whoa! And he was like, whoa! She was like, whoa!
And I was like, whoa! And you were like, whoa! And we were like, whoa! What are you talking about? Anyway, so there you go.
What's up, little dude?
Anyway, from music to dancing, and by the way, this is all accidental so far. But I know what the next storyline is, so it's not going to work.
It's working well.
From music to dancing. Dozens of people protesting against a decades-old state tax on dance venues swayed to the rhythm in support of a repeal being considered by politicians at the Washington state capitol.
Yeah, all right.
Koi Suzetsky performed the Charleston on the steps of the Capitol amid the groups who had gathered to dance and protest. Dance encourages social culture, getting into your body and being out in town, spending money on local nightlife. It's a wonderful way to connect and make people smile, said the Seattle resident, who goes dancing twice a week. Why are those always the things that need to be taxed and pushed away?
Oh, I do.
Now, this is the only link I've got, and it's week one, so I apologise for it. But dancing,
stars.
Fuck it. From these thin people to these fat bastards.
No, hold on. From dancing in a community to tribal dancing.
Ah! Yes!
Off to Samoa.
This is a follow-up from last week, a small airline is offering new reason to lose weight for the next holiday. Tickets will be sold, not by the seat, but the kilogram. So it's Samoa. It's official.
Really, Samoa?
Yep.
Samoa?
Samoa.
Of all places in the world, we're led to believe that Samoa tried pay by weight when the Samoans that I know from television are the Usos, £220 per person, and Jimmy's putting a little bit more on. And Jay's getting his ass kicked because he got engaged. Or something like that. One of them's got 2 kids, just learned that the other day.
Well,
Rikishi,
he's
£400.
Eddie Fatu was Samoa.
Eddie Fatu Umaga
was
£360.
Rest his soul.
Samoa Joe,
at least a biscuit away from 300.
Yokozuna
passed away at £600.
And that was just his buffet price.
Depending on the flight, each kilogram, 2.2 pounds, costs 93 cents, 61p, to $1.06, which is 70p. This means the average man weighing 195 pounds with a 35 pound bag would pay $97, 64 quid, to go one way between Apia Samoa and Pago Pago. American Samoa.
Pago.
Competitors typically charge $130, which is 86 quid, to $140, which is 92 quid, round trip for similar routes.
Okay, here's my question, right?
It's actually worked out cheaper in that case.
Round trip.
So, let me just get straight. They pay by kilogram to go to Samoa.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, the only people who are going to get really cheap flights are pretty much anorexic people.
Yep, pretty much. Anorexic kids.
Yeah, now here's the thing. Imagine an anorexic person landing in Samoa. Just be like, they'll look at them and just go like, oh,
you were in first class, didn't you?
It's a spear.
Just like we could tie plants to you and grow them upwards. That's what they're going to do, and then feed them.
When we say the Samoans are a tribal people,
no, I'm saying that they are
modernized.
I'm saying that the anorexic people are thin as bamboo.
We got that. It's just it's modernized, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
just check.
People still use bamboo. I still use bamboo. I bamboo all the time.
From battling
you can only bamboo.
From battling obesity to battling health and safety myths, here there are some more myths exposed this year. You might remember that last year we exposed some health and safety myths. Some more have been dismissed. Bubbles banned from a child's birthday party, not true. Toothpicks removed from a restaurant and a hotel cup. A restaurant, not true. Hotel cup bread left unmade, not true. So basically, it's another year, so even more health and safety truths have been sorted. Okay, and finally,
where's the link?
A social worker.
Where's the link?
There is no link, really.
Help.
Okay, from health and safety to fake deaths. There's your link. A social worker has been struck off for fraudulently claiming paid compensatory leave.
From potential deaths to fake death.
Yeah, after falsely reporting that six relatives had died. Rachel Miles falsely said that her father, mother, aunt, uncle, brother and ex-husband had all died while working at Solihull Metropolitan Borough Council, the Health and Care Professions Council, HCPC said. On or around February 12, 2010, 2 weeks after starting work, Mrs. Miles said she had received a phone call telling her that her father had been involved in a car accident and she went home, PC pal said. A few days later, she reported her father had died and a week's compassionate leave was authorised. She went on to report that her mother had been sectioned under Mental Health Act and received 1 day of compassionate leave, and that her mother had attempted to harm herself while in the hospital, receiving 2 days of compassionate leave, and that her mother had died during surgery and was given 10 days compassionate leave.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell me that this woman claimed that 6 people she knew died
Yes.
to get holidays?
Yes. Paid.
Paid holidays.
Yeah. On February 25th, 2011, she reported that her brother had died and received 5 days of bereavement leave. On May 20th, 2011, she claimed that she received a phone call at work telling that her ex-husband had hanged himself. She also claimed that she was asked to identify the body. On November 15th, 2011, she reported that her uncle in Portsmouth had died, and a week later, her aunt had also died. She was given 6 days' time off in lieu as a result of these 2 bereavements. The investigation was carried out the following summer. It was found the evidence relevant to the inquiry told 66 days. A disciplinary hearing was convened on August 7, 2012. The decision was made. Ms. Miles should have been redeployed into a suitable alternative position, but she submitted a letter of resignation, and it was confirmed that her employment with the council should end on August 18th. The panel heard that Ms. Miles, who was not present or represented at the hearing, claims to have no recollection of telling her employer about the 6 bereavements. She wrote a form, as I have no recollection of these events mentioned, I have to rely on the witness's integrity and honesty in reporting these instances to the HCPC hearing. The panel found she had provided false, inaccurate, misleading information regarding the reasons for a number of absences, specifically the report with bereavements, when this was not true. It found too that Mrs. Miles fraudulently claimed to retain payment for compassionate leave. Her actions were dishonest, it said, and amounted to misconduct.
You reckon?
How do you not recall this shit?
I reckon what happened was she was thinking to herself, I need some form of storyline reason to not be at work. And she walked past a certain Mark from a wrestling show, talking about what he would do with the Katie Vick storyline, and she went, I've got an idea.
No, it's...
What kind of sick freak do you have to be?
That kind of sick freak, apparently. Yeah. But, that's all the news.
That's all we have time for this week.
No.
Hey, what?
It's Geek's show.
It ain't no show, little man.
Okay.
So, Geek, the show is yours.
Let's kick it off with some entertainment.
So,
you want to type it upside down? Pussy.
Okay.
I think we're turned on to that.
Matthew McConaughey has confirmed he will star in Interstellar, which is the upcoming sci-fi from some guy called Chris Nolan.
Oh, I've never heard of him.
He will join Amy Adams in the film. Sorry, he won't join Amy Adams.
This movie, great opportunity to take my shirt off.
Christoph Waltz and Amy Adams will actually star in Tim Burton's next project. Woo!
What, no Johnny Depp?
Oh, he'll be there as well. Paul Rudd, recently on the Conan show. Was it Late Night with Conan, or was it just the Conan O'Brien show?
Who cares?
Conan of Legend.
Showed up and he talked up the upcoming sequel, Anchorman: The Legend Continues, before pranking. You're not a fan, but plenty of people are, myself included.
I know.
Before pranking both host and audience with a supposed clip of the movie. Having wished the studio audience into a frenzy excitement, Rudd revealed that he had managed to bring an exclusive clip of early Anchorman 2 footage along to the show with him. However, the clip actually rolled something a little different. If you want to see for yourself, Total Film have the footage.
We'll put a link.
Zoe Saldana. No. Is in talks and has actually been confirmed to join Guardians of the Galaxy from Marvel. She looks to be playing Gamora, the lead female, and as an assassin.
Nice.
She'll be going from blue to green.
Okay.
Blue obviously referring to her role as the Navari in Avatar. Navari. Robert Redford is in Captain America 2.
Ba, ba, ba.
Redford's decision to sign on for Captain America The Winter Soldier was quite the piece of stunt casting, with a veteran actor taking time out to explain what attracted him to the project. The Captain America thing is just a very simple thing. I wanted to do something different, explains Redford. I wanted to do something just to be different, something bold and different. We get it. You want to do something different.
Then why not make a movie called Sons of Anarchy?
And that felt like a good thing to do.
Oh.
He continues. That was it. Nothing more to it than that. Well, it's bold in terms of expectation, I guess. He also went to describe his character as the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., which was intriguing since Samuel L. Jackson is already on board as Nick Fury, who in the comics is the head of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
Will Redford be playing in an earlier incarnation of Fury, setting up the name as a more of a cover identity than actual person? No!
You're very insistent on that, it seems.
If it happens, I kill Redford.
I see.
Or is he even higher up the chain than the one-eyed badass, which would mean he's the President of the United States? That can work. Director Joan Anthony Russo and co-starring Chris Evans, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, and of course now Robert Redford. Captain America The Winter Soldier will open on the UK on the 4th of April 2014. Will Arnett is cast in the Ninja Turtles, the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle film.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Hero and a Half Shell. Turtle power!
I was never a TMNT fan.
I'm going to slap the taste in your mouth if you don't tell Joe those.
They were just turtles that had swords. Well done.
No word on who will play yet, though the casting for both Splinter and Shredder has not been announced. Though the only confirmation we can have is that why is that on? Why is it?
Why?
I'm looking for something. Alright, shut your face.
Well, you won't find it there.
Excuse me, gentlemen, I have to quickly leave the studio for a brief moment to answer the call answer the call of my fiance.
He won't be, however, will not be playing Casey Jones.
I'm gonna sit in the big chair because it's comfy and lovely.
It feels like power.
The poster for Dead Man Down, yes, Dead Man Down, the one that we've seen consistently on Raw for 2 months, is getting a UK cinema release.
Alright.
It's now available, go see it. Trailer for Grown Ups 2 is available. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Marvel Phase 2 footage and concept art, I have more on that later on, so I won't go into that much. The Avengers 2 is to start shooting in the UK in early 2014.
Awesome.
And finally, in this little piece of news I have here, Pixar, Disney Pixar, have confirmed a sequel
to the wonderful film Finding Nemo
called Finding Dory.
Now, here's my problem. She has memory issues. It's just going to be a constant thing of her finding...
No, I have a plot detail here.
I'm going to grab my laptop real quick.
Of course, you're going to run away while I'm talking.
I'm not going to run away, Dan. Not this time.
Finding Dory, find Nemo, Marlin, and the gang on the hunt for Nemo's best friend and very amnesic fishy friend, Dory.
Yes.
So Dory must be his best friend.
Well, yeah, I mean, they would have to be. It's Disney.
I waited for Ellen DeGeneres said the following. I've waited for this day for a long time, said DeGeneres. I'm not mad that it took this long. I know that people at Pixar were busy creating Toy Story 16, but the time they took was worth it. The script is fantastic and has everything I loved about the first one. It's got a lot of heart. It's really funny. The best part, it's got a lot more Dory.
Yeah.
John Carter, director and Pixar veteran, and Andrew Stanton is taking the helm and is just excited. There is no Dory without Ellen, said Stanton, showing the heart of moviegoers all over the world, not to mention our team here at Pixar. One thing we couldn't stop thinking about was why she was all alone in the ocean on the day she met Marlin. In finding Dory, she will be reunited with her loved ones, learning a few things about the meaning of family along the way. According to Stanton, Finding Dory takes place about a year after the first film and features the returning favourites, Marlin, Nemo, and the Tank Gang, among others, set in part along the California coastline. Well, no, it was Australia.
California coast.
The story also welcomes a host of new characters, including a few who will be proved to be very important about part of Dory's life.
Let there be a lobster. I require a lobster.
Finding Dory will open in the US from November 25th, 2015.
2015 is looking to be a good movie year.
What with the Avengers, Star Wars, Justice League, and now Finding Dory.
Yeah.
It's looking to be a very good year indeed. Some quick Marvel news here. Marvel Studios released a video for Phase 2 showing footage of the Winter Soldier, Captain America 2, and Guardians of the Galaxy concept art. We watched the video before. We'll put a link on. It looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, you can find the link in the description. Do.
Yeah, the usual shit. You know that.
You guys know where to look. I mean, come on. With Steven out the room, come on. Between us, you already know that. That's how it goes on. You know, they know how to listen.
Yeah. New free comic book day is coming up soon.
Woo! Which means me and Dad will probably be stealing comic books.
You know?
The Geek King.
You need to learn that.
I know. I'm slowly learning.
When DC Comics releases 2015 Free Comic Book Day New 52 special, the company took a different approach from the usual general audience fare by teasing a slew of mysterious future stories threads to its most hardcore audience. As Newsarama detailed when the issue came out, there were plenty of clues and hints about what DC was planning through 2012 and even 2013, including the promise of Justice League-centered event called Trinity War. At the time, attention was focused mainly on the 4-page spread by Jim Lee that provided a peek at the future battle coming in Trinity War. We pointed out that Wonder Woman is fighting Aquaman with Mera in tow. Superman has smashed one of Cyborg's arms in the process of slamming a pillar into the chest of the Green Lantern. John Stewart with new headgear, right? Black Adam duels with Deadman, can magic lightning hurt an intangible ghost. The Flash runs a lot and gets sucked apparently by Vibe, Jeff's next pet project. And then there's something about Atom. With small waist, larger hips, defined posterior, and a hint of slightly obscured breast, is this the new female Atom? Well, those guesses weren't too bad, but there was a lot we didn't know a year ago, and now we do.
Yeah. As
we head into towards this year's Free Comic Day, Saturday the May 4th at your comic shops near you. Yes, it's the first Saturday of May every year. That's your Free Comic Day.
Yeah.
Before it might be fun to jump into the Wayback Machine. This is New Drama reporting this.
Yeah.
And they're going to look to see what is what they got wrong from the teaser.
Yeah.
Vibe, among all the characters and concept teased in last year's Free Comic Day, one character in the gatefold spread by Jim Lee had people scratching their heads. Vibe?
Yeah.
Did we think he wasn't as important to DCU? No, not really. Sure, we suspected Jeff Johns was going to try to revive the 80s hero for a new audience. And there's nothing to scoff at.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out we were right, with Johns himself co-writing the revamped hero solo title and putting him in the latest DC team, Justice League of America.
Cool.
But now, readers have gotten their hands on the first couple of issues of the new solo title, Justice League of America's Vibe, and his team comic, Justice League of America.
Yeah.
And they found out the character is much more important to DCU than anyone thought. With Vibe-related subplots involving everything from Darkseid's daughter. Wait, what?
Mm.
I'm a bit out of the loop on DC in a minute, but Darkseid's daughter?
Darkseid's daughter?
Not to me!
But I just...
To the holes in the very fabric of existence, Vibe appears to be the key to DCU's future.
Yeah.
Well, Black Adam is back! The Curse of Shazam! Storyline started in 2012, was only released as a short backup story. But Jeff Johns and Gary Frank didn't waste any time getting Black Adam introduced to the New 52. As we guessed last year, the new Black Adam is a different character, but there's already evidence that he's going to shape up to be the same sort of lovable, egotistical anti-hero that more recent fans of the New 52 character have come to expect from Johns.
Yeah.
In May, Justice League 20 promises The Curse of Shazam backup story will have Billy Batson learning the shocking secret of Black Adam. The issue is a prologue to Trinity War, and Black Adam appears to be playing a role in the event. The unknown of Green Lantern in the Free Comic Day issue was one of the most perplexing mysteries. There were already 3 Green Lanterns from Earth, plus a guy of Earth 2 with that title. So who was a masked guy that nobody had ever seen? In September's Green Lantern Zero, a subsequent issue of the Green Lantern titles, readers found out that the whole story of the new guy, starring Baz, the new character, debuted in Green Lantern Zero, and he was the first Arab-American Green Lantern.
Yeah.
He's being set up as a central figure in Trinity War. Here we go. Phantom Stranger. Right after the free comic day issue was released, Newsarama put into writing what many other readers were suspecting. Phantom Stranger certainly seemed to be the biblical character of Judas Iscariot. Is that right? Yeah. Iscariot? DC confirmed his identity as the company launched a new Phantom Stranger title with a Zero issue. That is correct. DC Comics have made Judas a freaking hero.
Only DC Comics.
This is indeed Judas Iscariot of the DCU, and the necklace he wears is made up of the 30 silver pieces he received for betraying Jesus Christ. In June, Phantom Stranger gets renamed Trinity of Sin, Phantom Stranger, because of his ties to the two other characters. Those two other characters?
Yeah.
The Question and Pandora. We looped these two into the one entry because we didn't know a whole lot more about these two characters than we did in May 2012. But we do know DC will give readers a whole lot more details as the universe builds towards Trinity War. Trinity of Sin, Pandora, a new series by Ray Fawkes that starts in June, will tell the story of Pandora's vengeance. She has been blamed for every bad thing that's ever happened in the world, and she's angry about it. As we on Newsarama have said for a while, the fact is that we're both that there's both a Phantom Stranger and a Pandora title under the header Trinity of Sin. In the case, surely we'll see a similar treatment for the Question.
Yeah.
And finally, Justice League Civil War. Jeff Johns has already been setting up battle lines with Justice League and Justice League America. In fact, Amanda Waller, we all know that character's name,
of course,
specifically recruited the team members of the JOA because they matched up as heroes who could take down member of the Justice League. Waller is thinking she could use Baz against Hal, Martian Manhunter against Superman, and Catwoman against Batman, which all makes sense. Perhaps more of a stretch are some of the other alleged matchups, like Hawkman against Aquaman and Katana against Wonder Woman. But at least Waller's being creative. Yes, it's obvious in the Trinity War Gatefold image that free comic day that some of these matchups will come true, particularly the image of Vibe aiming his power towards the Flash, and the new female actor who's just started showing up in Justice League was even planned back in May 2012 because she's part of the battle. There's definitely going to be some ugly fighting between the heroic characters, but there is just as likely to be some interesting team-ups added to a more cohesive in the New 52. Yeah. So basically, DC's 52 is once again kicking it into higher gear. It's looking quite exciting to see what's going to happen here.
Of course.
Some other news. Disney closes LucasArts. Disney closed down LucasArts, the video game division of Lucasfilm. All employees, approximately 150, were laid off on both current games development, Star Wars 1313, which looked fucking awesome.
Disney?
Let me. And Star Wars vs. are cancelled. The news was reported by video game blog Kotaku, citing I'm probably the right way of saying that, Kotaku, citing a reliable source, and Newsarama has obtained independent confirmation of its veracity. The LucasArts name will remain trademarked by Disney and used to license Star Wars and other Lucasfilm properties outside developers, but the studio itself no longer exists. Essentially, this is making Disney become, LucasArts Sega.
Here's the deal, Disney. You had one job.
No, Disney have quite a lot of jobs.
In terms of Star Wars, you had one job. Don't
they have lots of jobs to Star Wars.
Necessarily change anything you don't have to.
They're not.
They just closed down LucasArts games.
They're not changing anything they didn't have to. This is due to what they've looked through since last September. Apparently it's not making money, it's falling apart. And then so they're still going to make Star Wars games, Disney. Just not with LucasArts. They're going to use LucasArts as the name, like Sega, and give it out to other developers. Well, I'm not happy about this. The major problem for this is they haven't made a good console game in years.
Yeah.
Battlefront. That was on the PS2.
Yeah.
In a statement, Lucasfilm said that the shift to licensing only is a move meant to minimize the company's risk while achieving a broader portfolio of quality Star Wars games. So you get stuff like EA will pick up the license again and go, oh, well, we made Battlefront. You know, you get like, well, not THQ.
Yeah.
But other companies will pick it up and they'll try and get some stuff. Seemingly, indicating that some video game uses of the property are still planned. As a result of this change, we have had layoffs across the organisation, and we are incredibly appreciative and proud of the talented teams who are developing deals. A LucasArts representative speaking to Game Informer did give some hope to 1313 and other games at various stages of development at the studio. They're evaluating everything and assuring fans of Star Wars games that they will still be out there. Disney has also shut down the Junction Point studio in late January after their disappointing launch for Epic Mickey 2. But Epic Mickey was a shit game. The most successful Star Wars games, of course, were licensed title development by BioWare, Star Wars The Old Republic, which too saw struggles with a move to free play coming only months after release. Star Wars 1313 was reportedly using assets from the stuck in development Hell live-action Star Wars series meant to take place in the Dark Times era between episodes 3 and 4. Its cancellation falls in line with the cancellation of animated series Star Wars The Clone Wars, which was cancelled due to the lack of ratings.
Well,
which takes place in the time period between episodes 2 and 3. Lucasfilm is trying to focus, reportedly trying to focus their efforts on consumers onto the new era of films that began in 2015 with Star Wars Episode 7, directed from director J.J. Abrams and writer Mike Arnett. I'm seeing this as a move in the better, to be honest, and that's just because Star Wars games have always sucked unless you had a PC, and I don't like playing PC games.
The Force Unleashed.
Oh, well, that was cool.
The Force Unleashed I really didn't like. I loved that game.
They were both good, but still, it wasn't a game that I felt I had to play.
Yeah,
I haven't gone back and played it.
I have a couple of times, but only because I just wanted to force lighten something. It's like, well, I can't do that in real life, so I guess this means, come on, Force Unleashed, back out the cupboard with you. But I get the point. I mean, there are very few good Star Wars games out there. Yeah. That's the extent of my opinion on the subject.
The pod racing games were shite.
Oh god, do not get me.
The movie tie-in games were shite.
Yes, they were. The Lego games were always fun.
Well, but that's licensed to Lego.
Yeah. They were the only games that ever really actually were fun. Like, properly.
Yeah, you can fun to play. I mean, all the Lego games are though.
Yeah.
The Lego Batman is insanely fun to play.
Yeah.
The Lego Lord of the Rings, I was playing a demo of that the other day. That's really fun. I even had a demo of Indiana Jones waiting to play. That's supposed to be fun as well.
Yeah.
But other than that, the Lego games are the only ones that look fun.
Right.
Force Unleashed was alright to play it, but didn't make me want to go back and play it.
Yeah.
Once I completed it, I completed it. And then I got the DLC. I got the DLC and completed that, and it was done.
Yeah. So, is there any other entertainment news?
Well, I have a bit of an announcement on more Star Wars comics.
Feel free to go ahead.
The Jedi are extinct. The fire has gone out of the universe. Famous near last words that Moff Tarkin said in Star Wars episode and Star Wars: A New Hope. And what he's talking about is Darth Vader's scouring of the Star Wars universe after Revenge of the Sith, decimating the ranks of the fabled Jedi Order. With a new series set between episodes 3 and 4, longtime Star Wars creators Randy Stradley and Doug Heatley show a last-ditch effort by a ragtag group of Jedi to take down Darth Vader before the Empire's grip fully strangled the Jedi once and for all.
Indeed. Sorry, I've just come back to the studio, so I'm stealing my chair back.
It requires me to...
Launching on July 17th, Star Wars Dark Times, A Spark Remains, shows one last spark of Jedi, the insectoid Bagor Sandat and lovesick Das Jena, attempting to mount an assassination of the right hand of the Empire, Darth Vader. The Jedi are used to long odds, but even these two know they need some backup. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of finding the right Jedi for the job. Now, this goes to into an interview, but essentially Dark Horse Comics have a new Star Wars series in a galaxy far away, too. To go on with this, there's been a bit of controversy from the Marvel Universe.
Right.
In Uncanny Avengers 5, Alex Summers, otherwise known as Havoc,
right,
the son of Christopher Summers, also known as Corsair, but the brother of Cyclops,
right,
who in the Marvel Universe now is, of course, a terrorist.
Okay.
Is come out as part of the Uncanny Avengers and said, "My name is Alex Summers. I'm a student of Professor Charles Xavier. This team is an embodiment of a simple dream of all people working together, a fight more important now than ever." Which is not so bad. However, in last week's Uncanny Avengers, written by Rick Remender and artist Olivier Coipel, Mark Morrows, Laura Martin, and Laurie Malia, team leader Havoc addresses the public at a press conference, saying what he just said. In his speech, he contrasts his views with those of his brother, Uncanny X-Men leader Cyclops, and calls the word mutant the long-accepted term in the Marvel Universe for individuals born with superpowers, divisive, and the M-word. "We are defined by our choices, not the makeup of our genes," the character, also known as Alex Summers, says. The scene prompted a considerable amount of controversy and debate across the message boards on Twitter, with the interpretation among some readers that the belief championed by Alex Summers was a denial of minority identity and thus assimilation, not integration. One made worse, given that it is delivered by a mutant who happens to appear completely human, with blonde hair and blue eyes. In the Comics Alliance, Adam Wheeler, while acknowledging that Remender clearly meant to say something positive, wrote, "That's not good policy for any minority group, even a fictional one that exists as a metaphor. It's not a position that any credible spokesperson from a minority group would ever advance." The situation escalated when Remender, in a tweet which has since been deleted, wrote that if Havoc's position in UA #5 really upsets you, it's time to drown yourself in hobo piss. Seriously do it, it's the only solution. Reich says he wasn't aware of the larger debate at the time he made the comment and has since apologised for his comment on his personal website and discussed the issue with us further in detail. And they go on to say, they ask, did call a vocal section in the audience, "How surprised were you by the response?" He says he was very surprised. He never imagined that anyone extrapolate from Alex's POV and their personal iteration of the mutant metaphor. I somehow think anyone who should be ashamed of who they are. I've spent the last few days exhausted and deeply saddened that anyone assume such an ugly thing about my character. Alex represents just one opinion on what it means to be a mutant in today's world. His speech doesn't 100% reflect my own POV any more than any character. I've written Punisher, Archangel, Heath Huston, and a writer learns a character over time. You slowly define that POV. You try and get it in your head, but they are not you. The thing is, Alex's speech in issue 5 is the first step of a character arc for him, and just because Alex thinks that the labels are divisive and future and are further separate us from being one clan, that doesn't mean his teammates agree. Wasp, Wanda, Cap, etc. all still use the word mutant moving forward. I was looking to give Alex a POV that was unique, that was the polar opposite of his brother, thus defining him and giving some context to his character and his struggles, and opening the door for continued debate on the issue. Alex might not wonder why people hate and fear him and his superpowers, but not... Sorry, why I misread there. Might wonder, not might not. But not for his superpowers. Is it simply because he's being labelled a mutant instead of an Asgardian god? Alex has come to the conclusion that labels are the problem. One is a very different dilemma coming up, and ultimately a very different solution to the same question. But again, none of these characters all the dilemmas should be read as metaphors for any real-world position I personally take on anything. He's then asked the crux of the argument from the scene's critics is that the mutants are frequently being viewed as metaphor for multiple minority groups, or Havoc is advocating as assimilation rather than integration. The main question here is, as the writers of the scene, how do you view Havoc's position? For you, how important is the mutants as real-life minority metaphor in Uncanny Avengers, and how important is that scene 5 to the theme of the series? He goes on to say the theme of the series is unity. Our focus is how each of these characters see the best way towards it. The fact that few of them agree is where the drama comes in. They are a bunch of people, all of whom have been given superpowers via different methods, trying to work together to keep their marriage together for the betterment of their collective. Be they super soldiers, inhumans, Asgardian gods, or radioactive types, they are all great. They all have a great responsibility to use these great superpowered gifts for the good of all mankind and get along. To set an example of cooperation, the beauty of the mutant metaphor is that it's so inclusive, that there are so many ways a person can relate to. The mistake I think is to apply your own personal metaphor onto it and assume everyone sees it the same way, or that your version applies more than someone else's. Everyone sees the mutants as themselves. Everyone. I was an awkward punky kid raised in a city. At 13, I moved to a very small town in Arizona where I spent years being picked on, beaten up, and made fun of before finally running away from home at 16 and moving back to the city. I related to mutants because they were always up against the wall with no friends and they took no crap. I was a quiet kid no one liked because I dressed weird, wasn't into the same stuff, and proudly read comic books. I took endless shit for being who I was, so I identified with the mutants on that level. What I'm saying is, we all love these characters and love seeing them stand up against a world that hates and fears them. We can all feel that way and identify with that. It isn't a metaphor for any one singular type of real-world person. I think we all get ownership to the identification of being and freeing on the outside of varying degrees. Now, it goes on for a couple of more questions, but I'm going to leave it there. My thing is here. Just because one of the characters has said that doesn't mean that's the truth. I agree with everything that Rick Remender is saying here. He's not saying you should assimilate.
Yes.
What he's saying is this character believes that he to define himself, and by doing that, he's stepping away from his terrorist brother.
Okay.
you get me, you know?
Well, controversy is always about, isn't it?
So, it's just one of those ones people have taken and run. It's an interesting way of how people can just jump on something like that as well.
Well, people like...
Fucking people.
Yes, I know. So, obviously I've missed a few things. What have I not missed? It would be the question, so what's up next?
That's about it.
Did you answer the great question?
No.
No. Then that's what's next.
I said it's about it.
Alright, well, Geek did get a question on Tumblr. It's quite a...
Fans everywhere.
Yeah, you do.
And it's quite a big question to ask, so I shall re-ask it for you, Geek. Can Geek break down who would win in a massive battle between Mighty Avengers, New Teen Titans, the Nightwing era, Justice League, New 52, Uncanny X-Men, AOA, and Uncanny X-Force?
No.
Oh, end of show then. Da, 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 da.
But we gave it a try anyway with my help of my colleague here.
Yep.
My long-suffering colleague. Boss.
Yes.
Oh, we tried.
We tried. In fairness, we came with a decent... We were doing the research.
I was asked to help, and then I got told told three names: Batman, Nightwing, and Deadpool, and I couldn't cope or choose anything, so I had to take a nap.
And basically, as we go through it, we discovered something which kind of just made us go, "Oh, hang on."
We're wasting a lot of time here when the Sentries are one of the fucking teams.
Exactly. So we managed to break it down, and this is pretty much what we think. So, Geek.
The Sentry is an all-powerful god.
Yes.
But Sentry has weaknesses. One of those weaknesses being psychic abilities. And one of the teams is Psylocke, the psychic ninja. Now, the psychic ninja Psylocke would need some help to distract him, which is where other members of other teams would come in. Superman would come in, for instance. I apologize for whistling here. Apparently my lisp is really playing up. Superman would come into it. You'd have Cyborg coming into it. Wolverine, Deadpool, Phantom X would all try and do something to distract them. Beast Boy, I would imagine, would turn into some sort of dinosaur. So you get a lot of that. On top of that, you would get Raven using magic to try and send him to the teleport him to the negative zone where he becomes weak. However, the Void, the other part of Bob Reynolds' Sentry's being, his schizophrenia, would become stronger there.
It would.
Now, when the Void comes strong, the Void takes over.
Yes.
Problem being, when the Void takes over, the Void is evil.
Yes, it's quite bad.
The reason I say this is because I know this. I read Siege. See, I know because I read a comic, that's all.
Well, you are Geek King.
Exactly. Siege showed us that the only way they could destroy it was because Loki sacrificed himself.
Yes.
Now, we don't have any gods to sacrifice on their teams. For me to give it a quick breakdown on the teams so that you know who I'm actually talking about.
It would help.
On the Mighty Avengers, you have Iron Man.
Yep.
Miss Marvel.
Yep.
Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Wonder Man even.
Yep.
Wonder Woman's here in the battle somewhere. You have, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, Ares, Sentry, Wonder Man, Wasp, and Black Widow. Iron Man and Miss Marvel would do all they could to try and tame Bob by talking to Bob. Ares would just fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Man would probably worry about Miss Marvel. They have a relationship going on during the Mighty Avengers period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Wasp would be trying to do something, probably fighting someone else to keep Bob safe. And Black Widow would be doing fuck knows. She'd probably be killing 100 people.
Probably.
In the new Teen Titans, that is not what you think it is.
Probably not. I typed in Mighty Avengers into Google. It's the first thing that appeared, so naturally I decided to check it out.
Yeah. There's a great thing there. I believe it's the first picture on the fourth row. I think that's them describing what an Avenger is. Either that or they're describing what the Hulk is. Sorry, the Hulk, Wolverine. The new Teen Titans are Nightwing. No cheer from the calories. He's not even paying attention to his show.
Yes, I am.
He's got headphones in.
You've just been talking about Mighty Avengers. You've now moved on to new Teen Titans.
I don't sit there with headphones in when it's his show.
I'm not getting involved.
Ranting about controversial topics.
No, I just go to sleep. Don't sit there with headphones in.
And the reason you don't get a cheer for the Night Macabre is because, firstly, my voice hurts a little bit. Secondly, I don't want to be too loud. And thirdly,
woo! Starfire. One of yes, one of your favourites and one of Boss's favourites. Cyborg, Beast Boy, Raven, one of Boss's favourites and one of Funk's favourites. Wonder Girl and Kid Flash, Wally West. Look at that. Good pick.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
The Justice League New 52.
New 52.
Batman. Not that long of a intro.
No. Well, you could do the full version, but I wouldn't want to.
Superman.
Superman.
Green Lantern.
Yes.
Hal Jordan.
Yes.
Flash. Barry Allen. Wonder Woman. Aquaman. Cyborg. Yes, the same Cyborg that would grow up to be in the new Teen Titans. Not quite.
No. I'll keep looking.
And Atom, Firestorm, and Elemental Woman. Uncanny X-Men AOA. AOA stands for Age of Apocalypse. This is the alternative reality where Legion killed Charles Xavier, thus him ceasing to exist. Magneto takes over the X-Men because Apocalypse takes over the freaking world.
Which annoy you. It can be seen as quite irksome, I believe.
Yes. It's close. That's close. Due to the fact that Nightwing it's hard to get a picture of Nightwing with them.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll try to work some magic. You carry on.
And finally, the Uncanny X-Force is Deadpool, Deathlock, Wolverine, Ava and Phantom X, or Phantom X, whatever. Age of Apocalypse, Nightcrawler, and Psylocke. Now, they're a badass team. And after the Sentry was taken down, they would probably, whatever was left, would be Deadpool, Deathlock. Deathlock, for those who don't know, is a... How do I put this? Funky man will listen to this part.
Mm-hmm.
Deathlock is a cyborg time-traveling mercenary.
Well, Fudge.
You may remember Deathlock. He appears in your Wolverine and Deadpool comics.
I'll have to reread them. He says as an excuse.
That's the right one.
I'd like to point out that in this battle we are putting two cyborgs together.
Yeah, they'll just kill each other.
Or team up.
Yeah, they'll kill each other. Kill the young one, surely the old one would die.
Unless it's different dimension.
Yeah.
Well, they would exist within different dimensions, wouldn't they?
Possibly.
It's Age of Apocalypse, right?
Yeah, Age of Apocalypse.
I'm just looking up pictures on Google to go because the funny thing is, by the time you listen to this, the pictures would have already been up. So yeah, I'm actually looking up the pictures that you're already seeing. Fuck with your head!
And the Uncanny X-Men Age of Apocalypse team.
People think time is a linear set of cause and effect, but it's really more of a wibbly-wobbly, tiny-whiny ball of...
Features Rogue, Sunfire, Blink, Morph, Sabretooth, and Wild Child. Now that we said Raven and would probably take the at some point somehow get Sentry to the negative zone. The negative zone works quite badly. Because if Void would turn up, then that would lead to someone trying to kill the Void. Now we don't have, if I'm looking here, we don't really have any gods that can sacrifice their power to.
It has to be divine, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Because it's Superman's the closest you've got, I'd imagine.
Because Loki was the one who did it. So Superman, yeah, the last of the Krypton would probably be your last chance. If not that, you just hope he doesn't escape the fucking negative zone.
Yeah.
So, and with that, and so it's either Sentry can't be stopped, and therefore Mighty Avengers win, or Sentry can be stopped, and the Void is fucking disappearing before you get a chance to finish, and Uncanny X-Force beats the fuck out of everyone because they're trained fucking killers.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. And my opinion's fucking gospel, so, you know. So close. So close.
Yeah. But it's really hard getting a full picture of all the teams together. It's ridiculous. Uncanny X-Men is proving to be the biggest one of biggest picture.
Well, it's the Age of Apocalypse, that's why. X-Force. No, it's the Archangel. You need that's Deacon on there as well.
Well, hopefully, yeah, like I said, the chances are you'll find. I'll have posted the photos. If not, I'll just try and fucking mix them. No, that's Archangel again. But anyway, so that was your opinion on the matter.
Yes.
I'll continue looking at these later tonight. But like I said, you guys will have found them all. Now, before we end the show, we do like to try and help others out where we can. We like to promote and plug and share and all that jazz.
Where do you think you're going? What do you think you're doing?
Wait, what?
This is my show.
Yeah, but it's something we do on every show.
Yes.
Yes.
We're not finished yet.
I thought we were coming towards the end of it, because you said that was about it, and that was pretty much...
Professor Snape, you are required!
Yeah.
Oh, the FI.
We have fucked up films.
Fucked up films. I best get Internet Movie... no, Internet Movie Database. FI Top 100 Quotes. Wiki!
We need to do like 2 lots this week, because we forgot last week.
Yes. I mean, in fairness, we have been... I'm trying to remember where we... let's have a look. I'm trying to think. I think we finished on Hasta La Vista.
Baby.
I might be
76.
Yeah.
Johnnytown.
I've always been at the Cast of Stranger.
No, we've got his Johnny, Elementary, My Dear Watson.
But you can't find this is the War Room. That's what you trying to do me. What a dumb. Say hello to my little friend. All right.
I think it's number 60 we got.
We'll start from number 60. Okay. It's Oliver Hardy. Sons of the Desert.
No.
Okay.
I don't know what.
Okay. I know the phrase. I'm trying to think. Well, if you people aren't going to do it, I'll do it. Well, here's another mess you've got me into.
It's number 5. Is it number 5 mess?
No, it's one of the common misconceptions, probably. Number 59, Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind.
Am I taking this one then, Dan?
Yeah.
If you wish.
Look, Geek wasn't going to take it, and you weren't going to take it.
Not necessarily, I was waiting for a response.
Let's see.
Alonzi.
Which number is it?
Number 59.
As God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again.
Geek One, you'll know very well, spoken by Michael Corleone, played by Al Pacino.
Whoa!
From The Godfather Part 2.
Keep your friends close, or your enemies closer.
Interesting choice of impression there. From Wall Street, spoken by the character Gordon Gekko, played by Michael Douglas. Let's think. Trying to think pressure I could possibly do for that one. Ooh, Gordon Gekko, Michael Douglas, Wall Street. Reviews me, Michael Caine. Can't really think of. Okay. Oh, for greed, for lack of a better word, it's good. Alright, who wants to take on the quote by Norman Bates, played by Anthony Perkins, from Psycho? Who's going to take this one?
Should I take this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Geek.
A or B?
E.
Okay.
Okay.
First name, one name.
There you go.
A boy's best friend is his mother!
And not his nanny, yeah?
No, his mother, the nanny, you see, she not good, she lied, but the maid, she put out. Yeah, she put out all the time.
Okay.
I had her on the table, on the floor, and when she was cleaning my bed, I had her twice. Once when she cleaned the bed, and once when she cleaned it again.
Another quote, spoken by Jimmy Duggan, played by Tom Hanks from A League of Their Own.
I still wish I could do it, Tom Hanks.
Fuck off. Fuck off. I hate you. I hate your soul. Oh.
Mama said there's no crying in baseball. My name's Forrest Gump. Nice to meet you.
I've never watched Animal Crackers.
Me neither.
Okay. Oh, God. Adam, I won't ask you to do this one because I know how much you hate this line.
Oh, I'll do it as A again.
Okay, spoken by Dorothy Boyd, played by Renée Zellweger and Jerry Maguire.
You had me at hello.
That line. Every time I hear it.
You had me at hello.
It makes me want to throw up a little in my mouth.
Okay, I'll do this one. Harry Callahan, played by Clint Eastwood and Dirty Harry. Well, gosh, you gotta ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Let's hit my head off the bed.
And Adam, Apollo 13, Jim Lavelle, played by Tom Hanks. Just so we don't have to have another one of your...
What line is it?
Mama said you had me at hello. How did you get a touchscreen?
Houston, we have a problem.
That's how you do it. If you want to, right, here's a tip. If you want to do Snape, you have to start with Stephen Hawkins and lower your pitch.
Yeah. You've got to do this all Schwarzenegger. As Henry Frankenstein, played by Colin Clive from Frankenstein.
He's alive! He's alive! Ah, he's alive!
Something like a heart, not a big one that most people know.
I know that.
Of course.
I got 4.
Okay, so what? Nobody's perfect. I'm a man. Well, nobody's perfect. Okay, you want to do this one?
No, I haven't fun with this one.
Alright. Nobody's perfect. I'm trying to think of better pressure I can do because I can't do many.
I have 2. I have all of 2.
Hey! Oh, well, nobody's perfect.
No, because some people are too loud.
You can talk, dude. We had you giggling before.
Was it giggling?
A big Shreks of giggling.
Oh, yeah, because of the thing. Fair enough.
Okay. Here's a... I'm tempted to say Arnold Schwarzenegger again for this one, Geek. It's from Streetcar Named Desire. Stanley Kowalski, played by Marlon Brando. Unless you want to do your Godfather.
That makes sense. Oh no. Stop. Stop. Stella. Stella.
Okay. Sixth Sense, Cole Sear, played by Haley Joel Osment.
Hey, Jonathan.
No, that'll do me.
No, it really is.
You know, I see dead people. I see dead people all the time, especially when I find my gun. There's a lot of dead people. I mean, when I blow up a bomb, there's a lot of dead people.
Last time I saw dead people was when I was watching all your films. And that was in the cinema!
Let's know which one of your movies. There's a lot of dead people.
I don't make films anymore. I just fuck mates. I fucked your mates.
I don't have a mate.
Oh, it was your wife!
Oh, it's so harsh, man. I mean, I don't live with your wife. I mean...
What do you mean, Maria with the chins?
Why do you do that to me, man? I thought we were friends. Why would you do that to me, man?
That next one's got to be funk.
Yeah, the next one, Adam. Rick Blaine, played by Humphrey Bogart from Casablanca.
Oh, Casablanca is my favourite movie of all time.
What girl?
What?
What girl?
Oh, shut up.
I'm staying out of this.
We'll always have paddles. I got too phlegmy.
I can imagine him saying that to Harry Potter.
We'll always have paddles.
Trying to catch up on some of them.
Right, you go 41.
Okay. Okay. Oh, River Banks! Clyde Barrow, Warren
Can I take the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, but I wanted to.
That's actually Forrest Gump, though.
I wasn't going to do Forrest Gump.
Well, why don't you both do it? Do it your own
Do
version.
you want to go first?
Go, you go first.
Okay. Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
And Geek?
Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Ain't nothing.
Well,
And rather goes destiny.
have you seen the little pamphlet thing that you get? Why would you want to know? So we can see what chocolates are. It doesn't matter what chocolate you get. What matters is our plan. And, of course, Field of Dreams. Shoeless Joe Jackson. The voice of Ray Liotta.
Yes.
And now, if you build it, you will come. You'll come hard.
You'll come as you never had before.
I don't know who's coming where and at what strength.
I tell you now, if you build it, by God, they will come. They will come. And you'll not believe it.
You come like a fucking porn star.
We'll do... we'll take it up to 30, I think. We'll go up to 30 to get, because we really need to start wrapping these up. Nobody stop crying the Yankees. Okay. Oh, The Terminator. The Terminator.
I don't know that film.
Closer.
Steven, what's the name from the Terminator?
I'll be back.
That one.
No, seriously, I'll be back right now.
I request Steven do it as Mickey Mouse.
Oh, I promise you, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Why is he falling?
I'm falling.
Falling! No!
You know what? I kind of expect this.
Oh, isn't there a song like that?
We're walking on sunshine.
No, falling.
Whoa.
Fall.
Yeah. Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down.
Whoa!
Never going to run around.
The duel! I like the film too.
Wait, I said one.
No!
Oh,
This is not Disney musical!
you were killed for my paycheck.
What?
I get paid far more than you. I'm
Yeah,
a powerful mouse.
you just live in California. I fuck the state.
Yeah, and I'm still rich, motherfucker.
I still fuck the state of California, eh?
Oh, you know.
Ah!
Ha! It's Paulus against me. Paulus against me. You're
No.
nothing. You suck. You suck like his maid.
It's all right, Mr.
Well, man, she sucks all eyes.
I know. She almost erased my neck with her mouth.
Mr. Snake, I have an idea. What is this idea, Mr. Hawkins? If I press this button, I can make a black hole.
Of course, Mickey, you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Martin Brody, Roy Schneider, Jaws.
Yeah, that's how I have not. It's always Steve! I'll best do this one to avoid this guy.
You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow.
I feel violated. Stop that! I'll have what she's having. Casablanca!
No, whoa.
What?
No.
What?
Alright, let me have a look at this. What quote is it?
It's Captain Louis Renault from Claude Rains.
Run out these suspect. Okay, I'm going to try and ask it. I haven't done before. I need a quick phrase. Okay. Well, that's the usual suspects. I'm doing the stereotypical Jew.
Sounds like Dracula.
Oh, there, that is my awesome.
Listen, nothing. Not Dixon's the lessons and lessons. The lady!
Lady!
Jerry Lewis.
Yep,
Nice.
I'm telling Bailey Jerry Lewis.
Lady, I'll have what she's having. I'm going to buying and that. Well, this sounds like, to be honest, this sounds like something Tom Hanks would say. It does. It sounds painfully optimistic.
After all, tomorrow is another day.
And
That wasn't so much Tom Hanks as a southern person.
And we'll finish on number 30, Grand Hotel, name I can't pronounce, played by Greta Garbo.
Isn't that Granansky?
No, it's...
I don't know Grand
Good
Hotel.
Things. Well, neither do I.
Let's just go to 29 and we'll finish it there.
Okay, but we've all got to do a different version of it.
Well, you got 29 and 28, right?
Yeah.
And we both know both of them.
Yeah.
29 will do,
Yeah.
and 28 will do, and we'll all do a version of it.
Okay.
Snake for 29.
Okay.
Hawkins for 28.
Okay.
Bane for 29. Arnie for 28. Goofy for 29. And Krusty for 28.
Surely Krusty should be 29.
No.
Well, shouting.
I know, but I want to hear Krusty for 28.
Okay, let's go. So Snape is 29.
Yep.
Let me have a look at this.
29 Goofy. Okay, okay. Gosh, Mickey, you can't handle the truth, boy. It's really hard to do Goofy shouting. Adam. Marshall Wine.
I just
You can't. You know what your problem is, Master Wine? You can't handle the truth.
Don't. I'm sure he's probably saying close to saying that.
Mr. Potter, you can't handle the truth.
That actually made me gibber. That's sinister.
Ah! You can't handle the truth.
The thing is, you could take like
No.
you can take innocent phrases and make them really creepy with the Snape voice, and because Kirsty, hang on.
Oh, play it, Sam! Play as time goes by!
Casablanca, fair enough.
Hey, do you remember these, please? Yes, don't stop believing, might you?
Get
on with it!
You don't put the Doctor Who theme on my
I
face!
didn't tell you to do anything! So get on with it!
I didn't like how he had commitment, though.
Play it, Sam. Play as time goes by.
There you are.
Sounds like a really bad digitalized version of it.
And you,
Play it, Sam. Play as time goes by. Play it all night long. We made. You see, she's coming over
all
there.
night long!
Oh, nah.
All night long.
Oh, that's how we're going to face it, isn't it?
All night long.
Well, we're going to end
We're
up doing the Bad Impressions Megamix collection.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah!
And who said my impression was bad?
Rather mine. That's going to be awesome. The good days, Jason Black. Remember that, just in case we have a face-to-face to make contact. You and me and my me. That's what it's going to be.
I said boom, boom, shake the room. Tick, tick, tick. Whoa!
Mr. White, let me tell you a story. In Welsh, Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I spent most of my days. Shooting out lecture, mashing all cool, shooting some b-boy up to our school. Well, a couple of guys who are no good started making trouble in my neighbourhood. I got one little fight, my mum got scared. She said, "Me, we get out, you don't remember that."
I was a fellow club, and when I came near the license plate, it freshened as a dozen. If anything, I could say that this cab was good, but I thought, no, forget it. You're home, Mr. Berlin.
Hi, Paul. After the house about 7 or 8, I yelled to them, "I am Angry Mouse, and I will fuck your soul! I will kill you! I am Angry Mouse! I am Dog! That shit! No! Dog again!
I will kill you with the power of fire!
It's a bubble wrap!
Okay, enough with the fighting.
Punch!
Anyway, okay, now that the battle is done. Now the battle is done.
Oh god, what just happened?
Right, should we move on to the plugging stuff now?
Stay out of Compton!
Right, plug!
Crazy nigga called Ice.
Hey guys, TJC here, and I'm here to tell you 2 places you should check out immediately. If you're looking for a special gift for a friend, or perhaps you're just a fan of jewellery, collectibles, or dragons, then I've got 2 places just for you. The first thing I'd check out is RAR. RAR has some of the best handmade jewellery and collectibles you can get, from special hair clips, key rings, and even phone charms. And the beauty is, all this can be customizable. So if you're looking for a special custom item, then all you got to do is check out the pages, contact the artist, and strike up a deal. And I promise you that the quality and the prices are awesome. But if you're a fan of dragons, check out Starlight Sanctuary for orphan dragons. Here you'll find a collection of the cutest dragons available, just waiting for a good home, and all of a great quality. All these items are made by artist Helen Logan, someone that I've known for a very long time, an amazing person, very kind-hearted person, who works very, very hard. So I'm making this advert to help support her. I don't receive any money for this. I would never ask for money of this, and I would never accept any money for this. I'm doing this because she is awesome, and I think you should check her stuff out. So how do you do that? Well, you can check out these amazing collections by following the links in the description. In the description you'll find the links to the Facebook pages, the Tumblr page, and the DeviantArt page. And remember, if you're looking for a special item, contact her via Facebook or DeviantArt, and then she'll get back to you as soon as she can. So remember, Starlight Sanctuary and RAR for your handmade jewellery, collectibles, and dragons. I'm CJC13. Thanks for listening. Do check out her store, do check out her products, like her on Facebook, it's grand stuff. I mean, she's doing really well, 298 likes on her main page, 60 likes already on her sister page, Starlight Sanctuary.
Alright.
I think, but
Just because she's doing something we can't do.
Oh, we can do it. And we can do it with these people's help. You know how? All they've got to do is go to facebook.com/shout the show to like us on the old Facebook page, follow our fan page, or they can go on to Tumblr and follow us on Tumblr individually or as a show.
I admit that the Tumblr page is not as good as the Total Markout or the Geek King page.
We're working.
That's because Boss mainly puts new stuff on there.
And not just boobs and stuff. Although
I don't put just boobs on Total Markout.
Oh, you put a lot of good stuff on your Total Markout stuff, actually.
And boobs.
But actually, speaking of which, I will be posting the pictures from our top 5s very, very soon. I'll let Jazz on the show.
Boobs!
Just catch up with stuff. However, follow us on Tumblr, shouttheshow.tumblr.com. Also follow us individually.
Ow!
Follow us at Geek King tumblr.com, SteveJohn73.tumblr.com, The Lord Walker One.tumblr.com, and Twitter, Geek King.
Even I can't hold it for long.
G33KK_KNG. That's G33K_KNG. The Lord Walker One, the Lord Walker number 1. That is STEVGONES. Number 3, number 1. Number 3. Now,
Talks again.
if you want to watch us on YouTube, there are 2 ways. there is youtube.com/user/shout the show, which is a YouTube channel dedicated to this show only. Or to watch all shows made under the Wandering Angel banner. That includes hashtag shout, hashtag total markout, DSD John C13, bookmark, and see you on C13 tries, which I'm hoping to do very soon with my delivery of Peeps arriving soon.
What are Peeps?
They're like a marshmallowy sweet from America that you should not get in this country. But a random fan of mine is sending 2 boxes of Peeps to me, which is really nice. But you can follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/user//Wandering. We will be back next week.
I love when we pay attention to this show.
We'll be back next week when I am running the show, and at this point in time, I haven't got any plans on the show. However, I would absolutely love if I could introduce everyone here to a nice little game called Cards Against Humanity, where we try to basically disturb...
Unicorn just did that while they were drinking.
Which I sincerely hope will disturb all of us. Or we'll find out next week.
Because they were drinking, and they said they had fun doing it.
Oh, yes.
And I want to know about how fun doing it.
Yeah.
We'll buy it some beer for the show.
So basically, from Geek King,
WrestleMania!
Loboka 1,
Big.
and CJC13,
WrestleMania!
we say thank you for tuning in to this week's show, and
Fire merchandise!
but tune in next week
Fire
for the weekly
merchandise.
debate/discussion show. Hashtag
WrestleMania!
Hashtag shout!
WrestleMania!
Shout!
Stop it! Stop it!
Shout!
I'm gonna beat you in the crap with nothing.
Goodbye, guys.